Okay, so Transparency International, which is our main body, our secretariat, we have a definition, and that is the abuse of entrusted power for private gain. Now, it's a very short definition for a very vast issue, right? So, it's a good way of looking at it is sort of extrapolating from that one sentence, right? So, if we take the abuse of entrusted power for private gain, we can look at what is entrusted power, right? And the broader the approach to these terms, the more effective the approach to anti corruption is, right? So if we take entrusted power, it can obviously mean elected officials, right? High ranking officials to the president to ministers, but also low ranking public officers in public authorities. Those are also individuals with entrusted power. Now, moving away from what is commonly known in the public sector, right? You can also go to the private sector. There's entrusted power there as well, right? Entrusted power doesn't simply only apply to politicians or the public sector or the people you elect. It also is a contract that you have with your CEO or your manager, right? There's entrusted power there, right? So that's the entrusted power aspect of that definition. And then you look at private gain, right? So private gain doesn't necessarily mean, like, I think when people think of private gain, they think of one person with a massive kickback or like lining your pockets. Understandably, yes, but private gain can also mean political parties, right? It can mean groups of individuals, right? It can mean groups of corporates, right? That can also mean private gain, right? Gain for those individuals and those groups. Then there's also financial and non-financial gain, right? Everyone knows the financial and the economic and the money aspect of corruption, right? Especially in terms of bribes. There's also the non-financial aspect of that private gain, which is things like elevating your social status, elevating power, right? Power grabs. And that also perpetuates to a cycle that allows increased power, more money being stolen, the more money you have, and then more increased power. So it's like this whole cycle, it's a whole network. And abusing this entrusted power for these gains through specific means, that is essentially what corruption is. So it's a broad definition, but the thing is, corruption has evolved over the last few decades. Our approach to corruption has to evolve. Anti-corruption rather has to evolve with it,